The Battle of Denain, fought in 1712, was a pivotal moment in the War of Spanish Succession, 1701 to 1714, but its occurrence was deeply rooted in the broader causes of the war itself. The conflict arose primarily from disputes over who should succeed Charles II of Spain, the last Habsburg king of Spain, who died in 1700 without a clear heir. The Battle of Denain was not just a tactical engagement, but part of the ongoing struggle between the Bourbons and Habsburgs for control of the Spanish Empire. 1. The death of Charles II and the succession crisis. Charles II's death triggered the War of Spanish Succession, as European powers scrambled to control the Spanish throne. Charles II had no heirs, and in his will, he named Philip of Anjou, the grandson of King Louis XIV of France, as his successor. This decision created alarm throughout Europe, as it threatened to unite the powerful kingdoms of France and Spain under one dynasty, which would disrupt the delicate balance of power. The Habsburgs, led by Archduke Charles of Austria, believed that they should inherit the Spanish throne instead. To prevent a French-controlled Spain, an allied coalition, comprising Britain, the Dutch Republic and the Holy Roman Empire, was formed to support Archduke Charles and oppose Philip V of Spain. 2. Military struggles and shifting alliances. By 1712, the war had been raging for over a decade, with major victories and defeats for both sides. The Grand Alliance, which had been successful in several battles early on, began to lose momentum. Despite victories at Oudenarde, 1708, and Malplaquet, 1709, the Allies struggled to maintain pressure on France, and internal divisions weakened their resolve. The British public grew weary of the prolonged war, and Dutch forces were stretched thin, leading to a lack of resources and coordination within the alliance. Meanwhile, the French forces under Marshal Villars capitalized on the Allies' vulnerabilities, especially after a series of defeats. This culminated in the Battle of Denain in 1712, where Villars decisively defeated the Allied forces, reclaiming key territories and breaking the Allied siege of the Spanish Netherlands. 3. Turning point. The Battle of Denain marked the culmination of years of diplomatic and military struggle. The French victory provided Philip V a significant strategic advantage and forced the Grand Alliance into negotiations, eventually leading to the Treaty of Utrecht, 1713. This treaty recognized Philip V as the legitimate king of Spain, but it also stipulated that France and Spain would remain separate entities to preserve the European balance of power. Conclusion. The cause of the War of Spanish Succession was rooted in the contest for the Spanish throne following the death of Charles II. The Battle of Denain was one of the final military engagements in the war, demonstrating the changing fortunes of the conflict. It underscored the diplomatic and military struggle between the Bourbons and the Habsburgs, and set the stage for the peace talks that would end the war, securing Bourbon rule in Spain.